A differently abled American athlete has smashed world records by walking the fastest 20 meters using only his hands. Yes, you guessed it right, it's none other than Zion Clark I'm talking about. Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss the inspirational story of Zion Clark. Before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure that the post notifications are turned on so that you never miss a video from us. Without further ado, let's dive in. The former Washington High athlete turned motivational speaker is presently the world record holder for the fastest human on two hands in a 20-meter run. He established the Guinness World Records mark of 4.78 seconds earlier this year at his old stomping grounds at Washington High School. None other than the Olympic gold medalist and Guinness World Records holder Butch Reynolds coached Clark for the attempt. A recent video posted on September 22nd about his efforts has already earned more than 20 million views. By walking 20 meters in 4.78 seconds, Zion Clark easily set a new Guinness World Record. As a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and author, Clark had already inspired many people before this. With this incredible accomplishment, a monument to his willpower and bravery, he has now been inducted into the Hall of Fame. He tried to beat the record for the fastest man who could sprint on his hand for the first time in February 2021. He did so at the gym of his high school in Massillon, Ohio. He exploded in a burst of speed, smashing the record in a time of 4.78 seconds, according to the website of the record-keeping organization. In the video published on social media, Clark said he was moving so fast the first time he ran the 20 meters. He told the media exactly what he was going to do, and he did it. To be a Guinness World Record title holder, I am number one, Clark said, and he's proud of it. There's nobody faster than him. He is the fastest man on their hands in the world. And at the same time, it means his family's winning, his town's winning, and his support group's winning because he wouldn't be here doing this without them. Clark recently published his first book, Zion Unmatched. Is aimed at younger readers and highlights a photo essay of Clark preparing for the Paralympic Games, his family photos, and his athletic career in Massillon. Zion Clark, born with no lower body due to a rare condition identified as caudal regression syndrome, has never let the disease slow him down. The 2016 Washington High graduate performed trumpet in the Tiger Swing Band and wrestled. He also earned a state championship title in seated racing. Before relocating to California, he attended Kent State University's Tuscarawas campus, wrestling for the Golden Flashes. Since moving to the West Coast, Clark set his views on new goals. He wishes to become the first American athlete to compete in both the Olympic Wrestling and Paralympic Wheelchair Racing Games in 2024. Zion was born on September 29, 1997 in Columbus, Ohio. Due to his condition of caudal regression syndrome and his birth mother's inability to care for him, Zion was quickly pushed into the foster care system. Thus, his quest to find a permanent home and someone to call mom started. For the next 16 years, Zion relocated numerous times and found himself in various circumstances and environments, many of which turned unfavorable. There were circumstances when Zion was mentally abused, physically bullied, and starved, but he remained optimistic and continued faith in God. Being physically distinct from others didn't help, but Zion adopted a positive mindset, kind demeanor, and diligent study manners to make friends and excel academically. Zion was introduced to the sport of wrestling while in primary school, but initially didn't prosper very well. In fact, he didn't win a match for many years. Upon joining Massillon High School, Zion met Coach Gil Donahue, who realized his passion for the sport and consistent work ethic. A wonderful friendship and bond were formed. Wrestling opened a door for him when he was 7 years old. He still recalls that day like yesterday, remembering the day he moved from an elementary school in North Canton to Massillon and was first introduced to wrestling. While he confesses he didn't know what he was doing when it came to wrestling, he decided to give it a try. They just told him to grab the opponent's legs and try to take him down, but there's no technique. He thought it was the most fun thing in the world. He felt that he had the upper hand against his young competitors since he walked on his hands and had greater arm strength. Mr. Clark proceeded to wrestle at Massillon Washington High School, where as a freshman and sophomore he had no wins. As a junior, the tide started to turn, and he began to win several matches. By the end of his junior year, something had just clicked. He started thinking about college, and he started training 6 to 7 days a week. He worked with a lot of great people and just kept winning. Word of Mr. Clark's athletic skills soon spread throughout the wrestling world. People started to recognize his name and that he was a force to be reckoned with. Over the next 3 years, Zion increased his wrestling technique and hit the weight room as a man possessed. A fantastic transformation followed. For guidance and advice, Mr. Clark does not hesitate to reach out to family and friends. His mom is the #1 person he goes to. Mr. Clark credits his high school coach, Gil Donahue, with his achievement as a wrestler. He pushed him to the point past exhaustion, and when he had mental breakdowns, he just talked and got him going. Mr. Clark felt his coaches just desired to see him succeed. They don't sugarcoat anything. Wrestling is a cutthroat sport. The key to his success? Persistence and trial and error. And of course, no excuses. Mr. Clark explained the significance of the phrase "no excuses," which is tattooed mainly across his back. During his senior year, he was mismatched against an opponent who secured 4th place in his state. In their match, Mr. Clark's opponent jumped over him and smashed his head. He took a brutal hit to the face. His nose was bleeding. Clark's eye was cut. He had to be taped up to keep on going. He said to his coach that he couldn't do this, but Coach Donahue said, "You made it this far. You have to keep doing your job. Don't give me any excuses." He then went back on the mat, and when he jumped over him again, he caught him in midair and put him down on the mat. He went on to win the match, one of the most memorable of his high school career. Mr. Clark's passion for wrestling inspired him to further his education and attend college. Mr. Clark is a member of the Kent State Tuscarawas Golden Eagles wrestling team and studies business management. Part of this excellent course of events included Zion being fostered by a woman who had been praying for a son for years. Dramatically, the process was finished only days before Zion was officially scheduled to be legally aged out. In his senior year, Zion concluded the season 33-15 and was one match from qualifying for the D1 Ohio School State Wrestling Championships. In an incredible show of heart and determination, Zion wrestled his opponent beyond the grueling 6 minutes of regulation and 2 overtimes, only to fall 1-0 in a sudden death. The fans in the packed gymnasium stood to their feet and actively applauded Zion's brave effort. Zion captured his 2nd high school track wheelchair racing title a few months later at the state championships. Zion's Herculean efforts hadn't gone unnoticed as a Hollywood producer documented his journey during his senior year. The film Zion garnered critical recognition at the prestigious Sundance Film Festival 2018 and global media exposure. Many colleges recruited Zion to wrestle, and he decided to attend Kent State, where he spent the following 2 years regularly improving his skills and finding success at the varsity level. With his courage and national ranking on the rise, Zion was determined to embark on his most challenging mission to date, becoming the first American athlete to compete in both the Olympic wrestling and Paralympic wheelchair racing games. Zion has encircled himself with a dedicated and extremely supportive team, including budding friendships with Olympic world champion Jordan Burroughs and undefeated 133-0 4-time NCAA titleist to understand the magnitude complex challenge, Joey Davis. Due to his incredible upper body strength and athleticism, Zion also persevered in powerlifting, wheelchair bodybuilding, and the circus arts. In addition to his brutal training and practice regime, Zion stays occupied as a motivational speaker. The moral of Zion's incredible inspirational story is that things don't always go smoothly in life, but to succeed, you must adjust to your circumstances. Priding himself in hard work, Zion suggests that there are no excuses or shortcuts. It's all about confidence, passion, and perseverance. And this is all that every human being should focus on in life to achieve success in any field. With this, we've come to an end. We hope this session was informative. Do let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for more content just like this one and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new videos. Until then, bye.